Beautiful. Good. Let's take our time. Let's just set it up even calmer. As he comes. There you go. Good. Beautiful. One more. There you go. Beautiful. That region. Anytime you move, that should be that. That should be that. Yeah. And then the controls down the middle. All right.
Yeah. That's
control.
Man, I'm not ready for a world champion at his caliber yet. But I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
I don't know. Joshua been in a lot of wars. He fought a lot of great fighters.
This fight as a friend of Jake is like, I'm scared. Yeah. Like, dude, getting knocked out by someone like that changes lives. It doesn't change just your career path. It doesn't go, maybe I don't box. It can change lives. It can change the way you think. Getting knocked out, bad concussions are scary. Your brain, you have one fucking brain. He's willing to go out there and fight. Like, that is absolutely
breaking. Jake Paul is reportedly urging his team to call off the fight with Anthony Joshua after seeing footage of Joshua's latest training. Sources say Jake is concerned about facing AJ, describing himself as overwhelmed by the intensity of Joshua's preparation. He has reportedly asked his team to cancel the fight, citing fears over what's coming in the ring.
I give 100% respect to Jake Paul, but that's a dangerous fight for him. He probably gets knocked out, and I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not saying nothing bad. But Anthony Joshua is Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion, Olympic.
David Benavidez emphasized that Jake Paul is clearly out of his depth against Anthony Joshua. While he respects Jake as a fighter, taking on a multi-time champion and Olympic gold medalist like Joshua is extremely risky. Benavidez warned that Jake could easily be knocked out, highlighting why he's not prepared for a challenge of this magnitude.
Fight for AJ. Very little risk, extremely little risk, and a big reward. I mean, why would you not take it? But as a fight fan, I thought it was a farce. I mean, Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul. It may be a little while back, but still, he hasn't improved that much. And he hasn't been fighting anybody that's posed a problem for him.
Abel Sanchez emphasized how uneven the matchup is between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. He highlighted that Joshua faces very little risk while standing to gain a lot, whereas Jake Paul has shown little progress since his loss to Tommy Fury and has never competed against anyone near Joshua's caliber. This clearly underscores Jake's lack of experience, making the fight extremely one-sided and showing that he's far from ready to take on a true world-class heavyweight like Anthony Joshua.
Shockingly terrible. Yeah, shockingly, yeah. Down. Very much down. Can't shake it. Can't shake the cobweb.
Tyson Fury's reaction captures the chaos surrounding Jake Paul stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua. He highlighted just how unprepared and overmatched Jake would be against a seasoned heavyweight. In contrast, Joshua has solid fundamentals and extensive experience, which is why so many professionals in the boxing world doubt Jake's chances. The analysis makes it clear that Jake is outclassed, and any overestimation of his abilities could have serious consequences.
So yeah, look, I have to give him credit. I do think he's crazy. I think he's got absolutely no chance. I think he's going to get smashed to pieces.
Do you think Jake's crazy?
Yeah, I mean totally. I mean, listen, for us, we received an offer that was massive money and a really easy fight. We were talking about fighting this week here in an 8-round fight. Now we're fighting in an 8-round fight for 40 times more money against Jake Paul. So I love the opportunity for AJ on Sunday.
Eddie Hearn doesn't sugarcoat it. He believes Jake Paul is walking straight into a nightmare against Anthony Joshua. He even suggests Jake must be out of his mind to accept a matchup this extreme, predicting it could end with Jake getting badly beaten. On the other side, Joshua enters the fight with huge upside and almost no real risk. He's locked in, fully prepared, and ready to capitalize on the moment. Hearn also points out the major financial benefits for AJ, showing this fight is a strategic win for Joshua, while Jake Paul is stepping into a level of danger that could go very wrong for him.
Last fight, it's great. Because Anthony is Olympic champion, Francis Ngannou, it's second fight for boxing.
Alexander Usyk doesn't hold back. He lays out a blunt truth for Jake Paul, saying he hasn't proven himself to be a genuine boxer on a professional level. Usyk highlights Anthony Joshua's pedigree as an Olympic champion and a seasoned heavyweight, making it clear that AJ operates in a completely different realm. His breakdown tears apart the notion that Jake can stand toe-to-toe with an elite fighter like Joshua. The message is simple. Jake Paul is stepping into a world he's not prepared for, and taking on Anthony Joshua is a massive mistake that exposes just how far he still is from true top-level boxing.
I was surprised that Jake took the fight rather than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has fought the best fighters in the world. He's a solidified champion. But I'm surprised that Jake took the fight and is fighting a guy that's so dangerous like Anthony Joshua. So I got to take my hat off to him. Because we were saying that he's fighting this person past their prime, this person's old and this and whatnot, and now he's fighting.
Listen. Devin Haney is genuinely stunned that Jake Paul would even agree to a fight with Anthony Joshua. Haney points out that AJ isn't just another opponent. He's one of the top heavyweights on the planet and a proven world champion. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is stepping straight into a danger zone he's not built for. Haney's reaction highlights the massive gap in skill, experience, and overall ring IQ between the two. To him, Jake comes off as recklessly overconfident, while Anthony Joshua stays composed, strategic, and fully in command of his career path. In simple terms, one man is chasing hype.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Jake Paul has gone from this fight to this fight. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but one is a little bit bigger than the other. So what is going on here? Why does Jake Paul think that this is something he can do and be successful with?
A young fan named Henry sums up the situation better than most experts. The size difference alone makes Jake Paul's challenge look almost unrealistic. And when you add experience and power into the equation, it becomes even clearer. Anthony Joshua is a seasoned heavyweight with championship credentials, while Jake Paul is venturing far beyond his comfort zone. That Henry's reaction echoes what many observers already see. Jake is overestimating himself and underestimating what it means to face a true elite heavyweight. The gap in skill, strength, and experience is massive, and it's obvious Jake is walking into a fight he's nowhere near prepared for, physically or mentally.
Building on what I have, and I want to see how far I can take myself. I know what it takes, I know what this game's about, and I'm going to push myself beyond the limits where I've been before, hence why I found myself in Dallas, because I'm trying to find an environment that can stimulate me, motivate me, and push me onto high.
Anthony Joshua looks locked in, focused, and determined to push himself to new heights. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is reportedly shaken after watching Joshua's latest training clips. The difference in preparation is night and day. Joshua operates with elite discipline and years of professional experience, while Jake is still trying to catch up to the fundamentals of high-level boxing. That gap is exactly why Jake is feeling the pressure and urging his team to rethink the matchup. Joshua's mentality, technique, and drive put him in a completely different category. Anyone assuming Jake Paul can step in and match that level is seriously misunderstanding the reality of this matchup.
God help Jake Paul, that's all I can say. We saw that what Anthony Joshua had done to Francis Ngannou. He went out there and iced him in a couple of rounds. A guy coming from a different discipline. Well, this kid's coming from another level. White-collar boxing in 2018, gone through the mill, and the only boxer really that he's actually boxed, a legitimate boxer he got beat by, and that was in Tommy Fury.
Spencer Oliver doesn't sugarcoat it. Jake Paul is stepping into deep waters he's nowhere near ready for. Anthony Joshua just dismantled Francis Ngannou in a few rounds, proving once again how dangerous and polished he is at the highest level. Jake Paul, by comparison, has only shared the ring with limited or unproven opponents, and even struggled against Tommy Fury. There's simply no real comparison. Joshua's experience, power, and tactical awareness make him a nightmare matchup for anyone, especially someone as green as Jake Paul. Oliver's breakdown makes it clear. Jake's confidence is miles ahead of his actual readiness, while Anthony Joshua remains composed, brutal, and fully prepared to take control from the opening bell.
We'll have a...
Dangerous in the sense of for the health of Jake, would you say? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a sport that we love, and I think we need to protect that. And he's one of the most dangerous guys in the world to go step in a ring with. Like, you saw that with Ngannou, who was a seasoned, one of the most durable men on the planet in one of the toughest sports in.
Ben Davison doesn't hold back when outlining the danger Jake Paul is walking into. In his view, stepping in with Anthony Joshua is more than a bold move. It's a hazardous one. Joshua is a seasoned, high-level professional with serious power and technical sharpness, while Jake Paul simply hasn't developed the experience needed to operate at that level. Boxing is a sport you can bluff your way through, and Davison stresses that Joshua's precision and discipline will expose every gap in Jake's game. His breakdown makes one thing very clear. This matchup isn't just risky, it's completely uneven. Jake Paul is outmatched across the board.
Joshua said, Jake or anyone can get this work, no mercy. I took some time out, I'm coming back with the mega show. It's a big opportunity for me, whether you like it or not. I'm here to do massive numbers, have big fights and break every record whilst keeping cool, calm and collected. So chill in it. I mean, come on, he's jumping in with fake Paul, who has no experience and no fights and no world ranking at heavyweight. Easy work.
Carl Froch lays it out in blunt, veteran fashion. Anthony Joshua views this matchup as a straightforward night's work. Jake Paul has no real professional resume, no ranking credibility, and nothing in his skill set that suggests he can compete with a world-class heavyweight. Joshua walks into this fight calm, calculated, and fully in control. For Jake, it's a reckless gamble. Froch's analysis makes it clear that Joshua is ready to handle this with ease, while Jake Paul is overestimating his abilities and stepping into a level he simply isn't prepared for. This isn't a challenge for Joshua. This is a champion asserting dominance.
It doesn't harm AJ.
I don't think it does harm.
Why?
I just think he goes and if it's a real fight, he'd go and blow him away and around. That's the end.
What if he doesn't do him in a round? Is that?
Carl Frampton doesn't sugarcoat it. This matchup is as one-sided as they come. Anthony Joshua's skill, power, and experience operate on a completely different level, and Jake Paul simply isn't equipped to survive that kind of precision and force. Even if Jake makes it past the opening round, Frampton suggests it'll be a painful lesson. Joshua enters calm, composed, and fully in control, while Jake is stepping into a scenario he's nowhere near prepared for. The gap between them isn't just big, it's massive.
Belief to fight Anthony Joshua. It's not like he's beaten 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweight.
Duke McKenzie breaks it down in the simplest and harshest way possible. Jake Paul is walking straight into danger he's not built for. Anthony Joshua is a fully developed heavyweight, a world-level athlete with years of elite competition behind him. Jake Paul, by contrast, has never stood across from anyone remotely close to that caliber. The gap in size, strength, and ring IQ isn't just noticeable, it's overwhelming. McKenzie sees a matchup as a complete mismatch, one that exposes how risky and unearned this challenge really is for Jake. Joshua's discipline, professionalism, and sheer experience put him on a different plane, and to any observer, it's obvious Jake can't compete at this level.
Don't count him out. I think that's a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. But at the end of the day, we could have a big upset, but...
Ben Vitz Sr. emphasizes just how risky this fight is for Jake Paul, while making it clear that Anthony Joshua holds the overwhelming advantage. Upsets can happen in boxing, but the gap here is enormous. Joshua's speed, power, and technical skill are on a completely different level. Jake Paul is stepping into the ring with a former world champion, facing not only physical strength, but years of professional experience and mental toughness. Any surprise result would be shocking, but realistically, Joshua's dominance is almost guaranteed. Jake is out at his depth, and anyone thinking otherwise is underestimating what it takes to face a top-tier heavyweight at the peak of his ability.
Trying to predict it, all I would say is Joshua is on a real high right now.
Piers Morgan cuts straight to the point, highlighting Anthony Joshua's focus and confidence heading into this fight. Joshua is coming in strong, prepared, and mentally sharp, while Jake Paul reportedly looks anxious after seeing Joshua's training footage, confidence, and preparation make all the difference in the ring. And Joshua has both in abundance. Jake Paul, on the other hand, lacks the experience, power, and mental toughness needed to compete at this level. The momentum is clearly on Joshua's side, making him extremely difficult to challenge. This fight perfectly illustrates how a seasoned heavyweight dominates an untested opponent stepping far beyond their current skill level.
I don't think Anthony Joshua would take Jake Paul lightly any way, shape or form, and it'd be so easy to hit. You're talking about a trained athlete.
Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.